Let me make sure this shit is actually live and direct this time. No bullshit, cause I played the song and everything. You know? I thought we were late in this motherfucking shit. The fuck? Make sure we actually live and direct this time. We look good. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. You good? I think we good. All right. Bullshit. What the fuck is this? Man, YouTube, what the fuck y'all niggas got going on? I put on the Wi-Fi, put it back. It's not the Wi-Fi because I shut off the Wi-Fi. Then I put it back on. It's still acting up. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. What the fuck? Anyway, let's get. I don't know if I want to play music. No bullshit. I feel like if I play music and this shit, it's just gonna go off again like it did last time, and I wasn't aware of it. No bullshit. Well, let me try again. No, I'm gonna try to play music one more time. Just act up, fuck. We gonna go just raw and that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Power on. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Shut your ass up, nigga. Alright, let me make sure. Oh shit, I'm talking. I'm talking. Alright. Boom, 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 boom.
My little world beats.
I'm looking through the ties, the ties, the ties. You look up, see my eyes, my eyes, my eyes. I believe I can, but it done, and done, and done. It's green and wet and done, and done, and done. Let me say this, I can breathe in any weather, even sun. Talking about that I'm a planet with the flame, I burn your lumps. Rubber gut you got from in and out, you got from red and east. Talking to some freaks that beat out Babylon, there's a Carrick Beach. You're playing sports and feasts. How they did native Indians, except the point was kill TPs. Fucked up and coffee beans, they do we set our mind free from retardation, from a nation that's on to defeat. Who, me? No, I made that song back in sometime 68. That be the time that I was killed but came back like a day. My music time is taking to the past or future ways. See this shit's when they about to start it off like making the tides, the tides, the tides. You look up, see my eyes, my eyes, my eyes. I believe I can done, and done, and done. You're green and wet and done, and done, and done. Looking up the food, make them say my name. When you gotta leave with like where my fame. Always should have someone cause they lame. When it comes to me, you stay in your lane. I'm a fucking game with the 12 bronze aim. Shooting out some players here with your name. Yeah, when I'm here in the vitamin bay. When it's only me, you the 12, make it rain. Circle like the snake, keep you healthy and fly. Keep that being the most truly be for you, why? Trucking on my dick, got me hard, chop your cake. When I put the ice on the top, I'm looking for tides, the tides, the tides. If you look up, see my eyes, my eyes, my eyes. I believe like that, but you're green and wet and I'm looking for the tides, the tides, the tides. You look up, see my eyes, my eyes, my eyes. I believe like that, you're green and wet yeah.
Monitor World Beats.
Alright, let's get into it now this time. What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Get it? We good? We good? Check 1. Oh, I'm tripping. Check 1, 2. We getting this motherfucker. Alright, goddamn. Now, how to know if you're light? So it's 7 minutes and now we get into this motherfucker last and ain't that a bitch? You know what I'm saying? God damn. But yeah, how to know if your light is foreign or not? You know what I mean? Now here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? To know you have something, to know you have something, you gotta know it's within you first. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, why are we always lagging like this? I don't understand it. But yeah, to know you have something, you gotta know you have it with you first. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? To know if your light is foreign, it's the things, the responsibilities that God, the test that God puts you through to see if you got it or not. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. You want to be in a space of where you're always aware on how to acquire sauce. AKA, you got to be born with it in general. You know what I'm saying? So, foreign light within you is something you got to be naturally have God gifted talent within you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're in search for these things, there you're doing the opposite of the energy of where things can lead to. Because when you search for certain things like these, you're not taking the time to realize what something is meant for you to be within circumstance situation. So once you get within that area code thing, you know what I'm saying, go into your esoteric bank and things of that nature and see how you got yourself to utilize your current spaceship at the very moment. You want to be aware. It's still lagging. It's still lagging, but I don't. I guess we'll use like. Man, I shouldn't even brought it up. Let me see. I'm putting it back on Wi-Fi. Are we good? Check 1, 2. Oh, really good. So yeah. So within that space, you want to understand where the you're accumulating these types of attributes within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And once you understand how you're accumulating these type of attributes within yourself, you'll be in a space of where you're knowing how to utilize your space, the thing your space creates. You know what I'm saying? And the light, and how to know it's foreign, how you know it's not from this world, is the way how the reactions responses you get from it. You know what I'm saying? And if you're in your creative bag or you're doing anything in general that's leading to shit that can like if you like when you're in shit where you're doing things for God, you got to be in a space of where you're not giving a fuck about nothing in the external, and you're just doing it purely because of your gift and talent. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, how to know if what you're doing. Like I said, you want to be in a space where you're doing these things, but you're not actually like looking and searching for no validation or no reaction or wow this shit should be right here or how it should be right here. It's like you're just going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And when you go with the flow, you're having some sort of thing on where you can now utilize your certain ways of how you experience. Man, this is lagging, man. It sounds good though. I'll you like, but yeah. So, um, within that space, it's kind of like you want to be in a sense where you're understanding these things and seeing what kind of spaceship you're creating for yourself to utilize in that way of experience. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing you're creating within yourself is like you may not be aware of it, but if you're not aware of what God gave you, you may you may not utilize it to your fullest potential. And here's the thing: when God gives you something, you want to be in a position where utilizing that to your fullest potential. If you're just using half of what God gave you, you're trying to be stingy and utilize that gift that God. Yeah, if you don't utilize the fullest potential of what God gave you, here's the thing: you won't. You'll be Damn, I lost my point. Fuck. Hold on. Because this shit is. Okay, so yeah, shit. You'll be damn. Okay, so okay. So if you don't utilize your potential, the potential what God gave you. Okay, boom, I lost that point. So you won't understand that you might think to yourself, "Oh, let me just keep this within myself and just do this for myself." But if you're doing it for yourself, you're being selfish. So you shouldn't be doing being selfish in that area. That means you're doing shit for yourself. When you do it for God, you're supposed to where things that God gives you, you're utilizing that to your fullest potential. So you're not letting no external shit from this world persuade you on how you should be felt or treated in any attribute in any serious relationship you got with the all great spirit. You know what I'm saying? So nothing in this realm affects you on how you're kind of going within the way of experience, because the true experience is how you go through the experience. Sometimes motherfuckers be scared of going through an experience because they think the experience that they're going through is not is like it seems different. It seems like not the same. It seems not natural. But when you strictly go through that experience, and unless see the God that when God be testing you, you understand that it wasn't even all that. Like it added up to be. It was really some sort of uh some sort of way on how it's like you had to go through that, because if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't know how to have some sort of uh cadence to yourself to be in a certain way of existence within the space of how this mechanism works for how we're all in this cycle and how we're all in this system. You know what I'm saying? You're not utilizing the system to your fullest potential. You know what I'm saying? So you don't utilize the system to your fullest potential. You're now letting the shit drain you and drag you down in the area of where it shouldn't even be kept be understood that you should even be there in that space. So when you're going through that perception, those arenas, those ways of experience, you're now understanding that you can have your own piece of the pie, and you can go full to the fullest extent to any area on what it is meant for you to be somewhere in your existence. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't want to be in a space where you're doing negative things to understand a mechanism, because you understand that this mechanism we're all inside of. Keyword inside of. You got to know how to circle out the square out the circle, then circle out the square from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not utilizing those attributes and doing those things within the right procedures, you'll be in a place where you're lost in the sauce, not knowing if you're coming or going. You know what I'm saying? And you don't. And any. You don't need. This is lagging. I don't like it looking like this. Just bullshit. I'm sure don't. Alright. Alright, so okay, so boom. So when you're going those procedures, you want to be in such a way you're understanding how what you experience you go through, you want to be aware and key to the areas of where you're put into that space or where it's meant for experience. You know what I'm saying? So once you go through that, you'll know that the whole thing was meant for you to go have a way of how you created something. You're always creating. There's never a dull moment in life. When people create dull moments in life, that's because they're putting too much time thoughts into something that they have no business putting thoughts and feelings into. So when I say when life, you understand, is never a dull moment. You're always in creation mode. You're always creating. You're see, like, here's the thing. You can be doing something, going deep within going deep within a space, like when you're in your meditative space or whatever you're doing, right? And you can literally, like, have something where you pray onto that actual object or whatever you're utilizing, and whatever you're with the PREY, so you're praying like the line about hunting a zebra or whatever. However you're utilizing attributes, you're always in the attributes of you're praying on what you're utilizing, like you're it's like you're almost haunting it. You know what I'm saying? And when you're going through that elemental process, you go through this experience of where it needed you to be above that scenario to create a substance for you to even come back, in a nutshell. Because here's the thing, when we're doing this mechanism, and you go deep within your meditation, you can go back to your trace, your footprints in the sand, your trails, whatever the shit you left for yourself, and see that you might have not was all the way into or all the way connected to like that, or the ones you were connected shit you were connected to with, and you can start remembering certain uh figuration, like certain things, like things just start adding up. So when things start adding up, you start to become wiser in the areas of how you have some certain success in your ways of experience. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know a mechanism harder than anybody else because you created it, or you had something within to do it. Now if you had something, listen, dude. Now listen, if you had something to do with it, because okay, if you had something to do with it, then that means you were with those groups of individuals in that space when y'all did something together. Now, if you created a mechanism, that means you have the intellectual property over that mechanism. But here's the thing: you want to be equilibrium in all scenarios. So you know it's always a teamwork makes a dream work, dream a reality. So whatever you're putting your certain things in, whatever putting your motion into, you want to be aware to know what actually happened, what you made matter in the substance area, or where the mind gets to be the physical, and to see whatever you reflected on to the physical, because everything you see in the mind is a different perspective of you. So once you bend that shit down to the physical, the experience you're going through would be the same reflection, but same area. So it's like when you're dreaming and you're in the physical, not doing anything different. It's the same shit. Just you're seeing it from a different perception. Keyword perception. It's all about perception. So once you understand the perception, you're now getting into the right areas where you should really be meditating on, if you're meditating, or you should really be utilizing the way the why you come to certain creations and certain ideas on your mind to do certain things in general. You know what I'm saying? And once you understand that, you come with like a common interest that all white spirits come up with. If you're part of the holy, this is shit that comes up within your mind. You come up with things like you did shit like this before, or you already you part you the things that being participated, you crafted that substance out already for spirits to get lost in, or to keep, or to create more seeds within that, to create more better fruits. So it's like when you get messages from the Holy One, it's like you got to be seeing it from the space of where when like things that be playing out in your life, and things that be playing out in general. Like, you get messages, but you gotta know how to look at it. So like when certain messages you're getting, if you like, God gives everyone messages, the race, the gender, whatever. You're always getting the message, but you gotta know how to reflect on that message and to see, God can't baby feed you all the way, and like, because it already did that. That's how you even became in this realm of reality. That's how you even became in this fleshly form, because you were getting baby fed to a certain extent, and you were coping on that, and you were kind of, how I say, you were relying on that too much. When the Great Spirit, all possibilities, was trying to get you to understand that you can be greater, but you gotta know how to see something in the right way of perception. So you gotta know how to craft something to make something real in the first place, because everything in general that was pseudo, that was cap, that was fake, we made physical in general to represent ourselves in the physical realm, because things things like the things like cloud, air, sun, all that shit. If we live in existence where we were in a space like this, we're pushing ourselves out of existence. So when you're doing shit like that, that's how you erase yourself out of existence. But if you're not aware to see that things like that, you're always gonna have that in existence. Just about expansion, contraction, condensing, expansion, goddamn, expansion, contraction, condense, dimness, brightness, all that shit, friction, fusion, all that shit. Something that plays out in the space of where you got to look at it from the right proper ways of how it's actually trying to execute. So if you looked at shit like air, clouds, and you weren't spiritual, you were too physical, you would think shit like this is like, oh, this is some shit that it just happens in life, or it's some shit, or it's some NASA shit, or it's some dish. But if you're not like, see, your spirit always tries to remind you what it is. Like, sometimes, let's say you're lost, but you say God in this in this aspect. Now this is where, when you're saying it in the pseudo aspect, you may think, oh, God, like. But here's the thing: you may think to yourself that it's really your spirit trying to remind you, it's yeah, God did create this, but how did God create it? Because God shows you, tells you how it created it. When you see the sun, the moon, the air, the clouds, the wind, the grass, the trees, the atmosphere, the environment, all that shit. God tells you how to create it. Seeing a dim to a pussy. God's tell you how it created these things. It all comes out of thin air, but it's the substance and how we see it. So however we see it, we look at the footprints and the sand that we put in a percentage level of these things. And when you're doing organ expansion, you're seeing it from the horizon area. So when you're seeing it from the horizon area, you're seeing it where the things play out in the right attributical effect. So it's not right, like right, left, up, down. No, it's right, like the right way on how something is done. So we can say the beauty path, which is, that's what it is. But don't get lost right, up and down, left, right. It's just the right. It's the righteous, something that's righteous, something that when you're a kid, you go outside. You're always gonna play outside. You're always gonna get hurt. Not, you're gonna hurt you. You're gonna you stub your knee. You're gonna get scrapes on your knee. You're gonna. It's like your spirit reminds you about things like this. Like, go outside, even when you're old, and you're telling yourself, "Man, I'm gonna have all this money, but I still want to go my own backyard and deal with my garden." It's like your spirit reminding you about there's things that show you about life in general. And if you're not seeing it, if you're not aware, you think to yourself, these things is some shit, but it's really the simple shit that you see every day, but you don't dive deep into it. You probably say, "Oh, it's just this," or "Science," "Oh, it's God, Jesus, because Jesus did this." No, it's like, that's how you get lost. If you see from this pace of where it was a teamwork mix of dream work, and we all had to coming out of that. Now you can dive deeper in the holy and see the mama land. So it goes God, family, land, or God, land, family. And once you get that right, everything that plays out in space The concept of space, not the space like going out in this or going out in the atmosphere and going traveling. That's not real. That's bullshit. That's some bullshit. I'm talking about the real space, but space between me and you. So when you understand the space between me and you, it's understanding the space of where what you want in and out of space. So I may be next to you. You may be next to me. You may be next to you. You may feel comfortable with me being more next to you than this other person being next to you. So space thing, it's what you want in and out your space. So that's a mechanism on it. When you dive deeper within that, that's the holy. When you go to holy holy, you're in a space of where seeing it from the mechanism where these things play out within the space. The understanding of space even comes to be. Now here's the thing: you being in the holy holy, you can only receive messages from the holy, 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 which now you're a holy. But when you initiate yourself to be a holy one, it's simple. After your mother, that's how you become a holy one. Because you so if you want to be technical, we're all holy ones, but it's like how aware you are. Not, but it's here's the thing. It's like you want to be you want to because listen, God wants everyone to win, but sometimes we have spirits that try to play an ego game, like a dick measuring contest. And it never has to be like that. It can just be some shit on where we just so you can do something you can I can do something you can do. So let's work together and get the ball rolling within whatever we have within our own ways of representation. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Check 1 2. Yeah, we good. All right, but yeah, it's but about so our own way about representation. So however we represent ourselves in the mind is how we connect certain creation forms in the physical. So that's how you can be the ugliest motherfucker in the physical realm, but if your spirit is beautiful, then you're beautiful. Period, bitch. You're beautiful. Period. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta see it from the lens of where things play out from. Now, here's how you leave the mechanism of trying to being a holy one and tell yourself, no, I want to do this for myself. This is how you uninitiate yourself to be a holy one, because this is how you do an organ expansion, because you're getting into a form or where you're trying to play an ego game and you're trying to play a dick measuring contest with the next person, with your brother, with your sister, well, not with your ovary contest with your sister, dick measuring contest with your brother. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like now you're playing some sort of measurement thing that you're calculating in your mind. Now you're calculating. Now you're creating shit like 500 years, 200 years, three. You know what I'm saying? So this is where things get kind of crazy, because natives, we just seen it as the space of where we understand the sun, then we understand the land. I mean, not sorry, the atmosphere, then we understand the environment. But the sun, since that's sun, cloud, moon, wind, higher natures, trees, grass, animals, human, lower natures, and then the middle would be what we create out of that. So is where the actual stars, which we weren't calling it stars, since we're the actual stars, that's why we say we come from that. We come from that mechanism. You know what I'm saying? So this is how this is how you're seeing it from the space of where you create the substance of nothing to make it look like something. So back to my point, but the holy ones, when you're born, you're already a holy one, but how you uninitiate yourself out is how you take whatever God gave you and you utilize that for some shit. So now you're utilizing the mechanism that you started off, which springed off from. Now you tell yourself, I don't need that. I can do it this way. I can do it in this way. And it's like you spit it in God's hand, that God gave you something, and you spit it in his hand like, I don't need that. I'm going to do it this way. So God's like, oh, I don't give a fuck you, then I'm going to lead you to that way. And I'm going to tell you all the procedures and all the key attributes, how to get to that space. So it's like God don't got no, so that because God don't get in his hand, and it's not like it can, because listen, the Great Spirit has been there, done that. So it only has time for your petty games. It's either you join or then you get the fuck out the way. Period. Because listen, You can say you can talk all day up and down talking about, oh, I need God, I need God. But if you're not about it, if you're not about it, like if you're about shit from if you're about retardation, if you're about um implosion, if you're about killing, and you're not doing it for the right attributes, you're doing it for all your egotistical things. You're doing it all for yourself. All these things is just yourself. That's how you get lost in a self, in a mind. So you're selfish. When you do it when you do God first, everything you do is seen in the real God, and not that fake synthetic God y'all didn't create. The real God, the great spirit, all possibilities. When you do it for that God, that's the only God in existence that's literally there. That's and it's like that's the that because it's like that can only take you to heaven, because that in that context, whatever you're putting out there, whatever you're kind of you're putting for yourself to experience, you only want to experience the shit that it can experience, because you come from a star seed. Now you understand the concept star seeds. You know what I'm saying, because you come from a true star seed, from God's mind. Now you understand that mechanism, getting birth out of your mind. It's that mechanism of where we all have the ideas to think brought out. So any idea that was brought out that made you feel joy, happy, whatever, it's like these things are real environment. These things are real spaces in the spiritual realm that you can take a spaceship if you know how to fly there and get there at will, without, and then you understand any other synthetic feeling from this realm. But as long as you know how to equalize it, and know you're not gonna be happy all the time, you're not gonna be this all the time, not gonna be that all the time. It's how you equalize it and just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So once you be yourself, you're not selfish, because you know how to be yourself the best way, and God knows how to be yourself the best way. So once you know how to be yourself or not be selfish, being yourself for God is the purpose of what made you become whatever you do today. That shit pop spiritual first. Everything plays spiritual first. So that's pop explosion. That's expansion. When you're being selfish and you're doing it because of an ego thing, or you're doing it because of some money, because you're not even using the real money. The real money is the land. If you're not using real money, the land, and you're using some synthetic money, ain't nothing wrong with using dollar bills. And nigga, I'm a tourist. I love money. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm not talking about. I'm not. But I'm talking it for. I'm talking about the God attribute of it. I ain't talking about this thing of where I kill a motherfucker for that dollar. Nah, I'm not. But this is where selfish people be, because they play that role, and it don't entirely be all that, but that's one of a selfish thought, and that spirit in that realm birth a bunch of retardations down here. So that you can see that one thing as 1,000 people down here. So when you're looking at it from that perception, now you're seeing from the real keen eye of where something that you created, you never could be so um retarded if you never got the reactions from the real people. And now you got real people like me telling you that's shit like that retarded. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Come on, this is water. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So once you kind of get with that program, now you're understanding. Sure, this is where things lead to. You know what I'm saying? Within the the ways of coming together as a nation. If you create nations, they'll start playing the big leagues, not to get out the little leagues. You know what I'm saying? Little leagues is trying to take over shit. The big leagues, and you created that idea of why something is wants to be taken over. So you become the god of all ideas and feelings, your own mini way within your own little space you have within your little thing that God gave you. Because that little thing down here is the most biggest shit in existence ever. Period. In all realms of realities. It just seems little right now because you're in this physical form. But in reality, take that idea to like say when you have dreams, take that when you have that big, when you dream big, when you have big dreams, when you have broad dreams, when you have beautiful dreams, and that's you just took an idea that God gave you and you experience that in that space, in that realm of reality. So you bring that down here, back more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep because God's so cold. It can play that role where it gave you something, and you may not be aware that that thing it gave you was some sort of like it may have been testing you. I mean, like let me give my child this. You know what I'm saying? Because I see he or she is doing this thing, and I see the thing, the role. I see the place they're going to. Let me see if I can get them to that one good spot. That when I went there, all the only thing I birthed was beautiful ideas and beautiful feelings and beautiful dreams and imaginations. Let me see if that spirit there themselves. I may use some language. I may use whatever, but it's like I point them to a direction, and I want to test them first. I may even come negative. Like this is how cold God works. I may even come in I may like the vibration may not be there all the way, but if you got the keen visual eye to see it, it's that little bit of motion that you utilize for yourself that uplifts you out. Once you pass that test, it's like that motion, that current that you went. God, it's like that little neglection you do. God swoops you out of that and takes you to that one spot that it knew you would get there eventually. It just take you there faster. Period. That's how God works. So it may even come negative. It may be something that comes negative, but you gotta have a keen eye to see. Be like, oh, this shit is fucked up. But fuck, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna put my mind to some shit like this and what's going on there. I don't give a fuck. But this is because I don't get lost in light. And then you boom, and it's like boom, and it's you in a new space, and God's like, see. I tell you, did I tell you? Yes, I was just testing you this motherfucking shit, but well, you know what I'm saying? Once you get there, it's like, oh shit. So like, it's deep. Like you gotta know how to see it, and it's like even words, vibrations, energy, sign language, all that shit. All that shit is dirty in that place. So out of that space, but I kind of got a little dirty because I wasn't even supposed to use certain words I said. But it's the reason because some people are being so low. I gotta lift them out that thing and show them that you can see it from this perception. So I gotta be honest and come in that space of where you have the all perception on where you can make something creative, that gold, make that shit look so beautiful that you can now have your own ways of how you come something within yourself. So it's like you're being yourself the best way you can because you do it for God. You know what I'm saying? Once you do it like that, now you're in a space of where everything else is self-explanatory. Money chases you. You know what I'm saying? Love chases you. You know what I'm saying? Success chases you. You know what I'm saying? All these things chase you. You know what I'm saying? Beauty chase you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're onto bigger and better things. Because there's things beyond those things. You're onto bigger and better things. So when you're creating bigger and better things, these things are like children from these things. And not some technically don't even be all that. Some are from the negative attributes of it, but some come from for us to have things like joy and happy comes from a certain spiritual space we were in. But these things come from a certain thing of where an energy form came that was so beautiful that words can't even explain it. And if you try to explain it, you just get it dirty. You know you shouldn't even come like that. But when you're in that space, because I've been there so many times, so it's like when I see, it's like, damn, this world is so weird. Like how certain shit correlated. It's like I don't get it. But yeah, it's like it's like just be weird. but these things just chase you because you're in that space of where you're in the pure sense of where that pure source came from. The source needs you. So you created the pure source, but you're creating other pure sources. Your angels only create realms of realities. So the when we in that high chakra realm of reality, creating the pure substance, the pure source, we go to the next space. These things follow us like ghosts, kind of like haunt us, but not in the space of fear haunting, but the haunting is like you need more of this beauty path, bro, or you need or a homegirl, or you need more of this, ever you need more of this because this shit you may be onto some better things, but please just use us. That's all of this. Literally how it be. Cause that like it's like these things is like real. I'm telling you, it's real. So like, please just use us. Like you use this that one time, it was so cool, but you always do it the right way. The way you do it makes me feel That's why I be like, make the land your bitch, make the land your wife, or if you're a man, even if you're a female, you guys the same thing. You gotta see from the your androgynous, your spirit androgynous. So you're already creating so it's not the gay attribute where y'all talk about this is gay. No, this is I'm talking about the space of where you get these things your shit. So if you don't want, if you may not want to be like that. If you're a girl, you don't the land my wife. What are you talking about? Make the land your like your mom or something, or you a man, something like that, because it like plays out on where it shit plays. You become the walking star, walking thing, like pure, like walking energy fireball or moon that becomes walkway. So now you know where the walkway came from, but the walkway was originally a land, and you start to have that being that walkway. So you walk on gold. That's where that real substance comes from. So when you walk the street, the ground lights up. You know what I'm saying? It be shit like that. So it's like it should be deep and should be simple, but people don't like making it simple. People like making it hard for them. People might making it difficult, and life is so much more. But sometimes people think to themselves that shit is not. But you gotta be understanding shit like like spirits like I want the best for you, but sometimes y'all take and abuse that, and and um and you use that for yourselves. Mm-hmm. So my lips getting dry and shit. It's cold in this motherfucking shit. But yeah, yeah, it's like y'all just trying to y'all take this shit and like man, fuck us over. Like god damn bitch, I'm helping you. I'm helping you. What the fuck you doing? Without me, you wouldn't even be in that position. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to help you out of something. Like, what the fuck? And it's just I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? But like, whatever position you may be a successful businessman or businesswoman, but you still want that sense of you still want that sense to yourself. It's cool being into business, but you want to be into the business, into the real business, like not into other people's business, to your own business. Because to be a real businessman, you gotta be into your own business, not to other people's other business. You know what I'm saying? You know my own business. You know my own business. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be into your own business. You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers respect that because motherfuckers see you as in like, oh, this motherfucker can handle themselves right. I fuck with this individual specifically because they can handle themselves right, whatever they got going on. They kind of got some correlation system on where they handle themselves right. So we all self reflect. People see like, oh shit, it may be a little negative where how they see it. Like they may see it like, oh, this individual, I could use this individual to self anytime I'm feeling down. So it's kind of negative, but if you think about it, sometimes it low key be like they use you, but you get the more energy and you get more because you're teaching. And anytime you're a teacher, you're expanding the universe. Anytime you're not teaching, the universe is imploding. So it's either expansion or implosion. Implosion. You know what I'm saying? Implosion? Imploding. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. You know what I'm saying? And once you understand that, it's like it's like you understand where shit even derives from, like shit where mechanisms even derive from. So when you expand shit, like you're expanding shit on the right things expansive in your life. You know what I'm saying? When you're uploading shit, you're doing shit for other people. You're doing shit for retardation. You're doing shit because of shit that's the next person told you to do, or because of some I don't know. So I don't know, because I don't like implosion. I don't get it. I don't get it. So motherfuckers be in that path. I be like, what the fuck? God, that be look at these. I be talking, God, look at these dumbasses. Oh my fucking god. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Trust me, man. If only y'all knew, cause listen, let me not get into this, but I'd be like, if only y'all knew what God knew, man. Not entire. And see, here's the thing. Like, some people need to the certain path they're going to. Like, some motherfuckers, they're at an end. They're at an in no return stage. It's like that 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 stage that they created for themselves in their mind is like they motherfuckers still think they're alive or some shit. It's like motherfuckers just when you don't want to create a stage like that. You doing it, and you're doing it for some sense of some sense of resource shit, and you're some resource. It's retarded. Like you're in your own la la land stage in your own mind, and you still think this is the real life, and then everything you do is like based on what you thought you made your dream so real. You thought everything you were doing was for a reason. For it's like damn. It's like motherfuckers being it takes a long time for shit to fade away and condense back into reality. And sometimes if you just keep and sometimes you may put so much shit into it that you just evaporate that motherfucking shit. So it's like motherfucker, you don't want to go in that path. And I be seeing certain spirits, and in the original spirit, I be like, what the fuck? I say this motherfucker, but it's like, what the fuck? These motherfuckers, what this motherfucker? And I see, it's like it's such a, it's like a whole, it's like a. If I explain to you, it's like some single line effect. It's like it's some weirdo shit, like for real. But yeah, motherfuckers gotta learn in some way, and that's how God teaches. God will teach you in every way possible, even if it gotta evaporate you from existence. Period. You know what I'm saying? But in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying. When you part of the holy ones, you already understand everything in existence. So you understand why a person would even want to evaporate you, right? They hate that they went through so much shit in their mind, so much. It's like they don't even want to care about people's well-being. They don't even fuck about people in general. They see everyone as animals, and they be the lower animals in general. They be like it's like they be literal like shit, like bugs and animal like ugly ass creatures, like bugs, all bugs, like an animal, like a rhino, but an ant size. That's what they look like in that realm of reality. So you look at these, so you come and stomp on them motherfuckers, you end their shit real quick. It's like there's literally it be some stupid shit like that. It'd be like see how what they look like, and they may think they're a rhino. Oh, I'm this, but in that realm, it's like yeah, you are that. You're the biggest. You're a Godzilla. You may think you're some big shit, but you know your mind is so small. The only big thing you can create is that same mind came from your. So when we're all becoming atmospheres. It just what are you gonna be in the atmosphere? You gonna be something expansive? You gonna be some retardation shit? Or you gonna evaporate yourself? It's like you got it's like three things. It's like you can go within the beauty path, you can go within the confused path, or you can go within the evaporation path. And whatever, and these things is all simultaneous. Simultaneous. Yeah, tameless. Cause you can't tame it. You can't tame a motherfucker like that. Shit like that. You gotta be in a place where you're letting the motherfucker learn. So, shit like that. It's like, and you can really added up within what something is pouring out to be in that space. Like you can see if a motherfucker can even pour their cup, they may be out of the liquid, even get their cup full, so they can't get that same reaction and same spark from last time. So it's like they gotta drain it onto other people. It'd be simple shit like that. So it's like you it's like you don't, these humans don't know what they do. It's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? But humans don't know what they do. And motherfuckers gotta wake up. But here's the thing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We like I said, we often like I said, motherfuckers like if you're smart and you know how to see shit, you know the things you build upon, you create, the substance you put into shit is all for a reason. So don't let no never want to misdirect that or try to put you in a false realm of reality because of what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? If you're understanding that the reason behind something is for the experience to be how it's. Sometimes you may have something in your mind. It may be like, I want to be in this position. Then once you're in that position, it don't feel the same because you're already positioned. Now, if you did that in a negative, you can do it in a negative or positive way. In a negative way, you got there doggy dog, not well, you know, what's that word I'm looking for? You got there in a manipulating way, and it took money to get to that space because, and that's bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? So it took some bloodshed to get there. You know what I'm saying? If you do in the beauty path, then, and when I say negative and positive, I'm just trying to put it up so we all can understand. This is for the world, so everyone can understand. When you do it in a positive way, the beauty path, you're doing it within your own space. So when you're in your own space, you get messages from the holy ones, and they tell you how to utilize that space to the best of your ability. So you may go through an experience where you may tell yourself, "Man, this might have not, like I didn't want to be this way, or this way I might have to utilize, or this way I want to see how this will work, or this way." It's like you're always testing shit out, and you're doing it on yourself first. So medicine women were things. Before we were medicine man, medicine women, we used to practice the witchcraft on ourselves. So long story short, once you get into that specific way of something, you have that perception of where something is leading you, like the way you come up with certain ideas and problem solving scenarios is based upon how you get the messages from the holy ones. And they'll tell you the most coldest, most beautiful, most great, amazing ways how you can see it. You just gotta have the keen eye to see it. It don't come in what y'all think it should come in. I'm telling you, to see it from the perception of where it may look non-unique, but it's because they don't come in uniqueness. They don't come in non-uniqueness. They come in uniqueness. You know what I mean? So when I say that, they're always playing a substitute attribute that's different from the regular world, because you were with them when you created that term of what a world was even supposed to be. That's a mind state. Mind state. So if you have if you're a spiritual adult in that realm of reality, you're seeing it from this mechanism of where things lead to. You know what I'm saying? So now you're not putting the shit together within the substance. You boom boom boom. You're chopping it up, putting it back together, building your shit up. So now you got some something to sell on the block, or something to sell at the corner store, whatever race thing is. And it's not. I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about spiritual. So once you're within that space, now you can understand how to be at peace in all scenarios, because you can lay in the fruits of your labor that it took you, while the next person was they putting their mind into something like something like some petty shit or some retarded shit. You were into the shit to make you in a more precise, prestigious, more unique, more catering, more beauty pathway, more substance, and more godly attributes for yourself. So you all went through that path of what even if it felt unfamiliar, you took all the messages you could take, and sub, you sucking all that shit in within yourself, and now you can play that actual role of everything that was within that substance. You play it down here, and your spirit is always expanding, contracting, expansion, contraction. So if you gotta once you understand how to calculate when your spirit is expanding and contracting, you understand that it's always gonna be expanding and contracting. Because once it expands, it doesn't contract to a certain state, but it's all you to know where the contraction came from, why it came from, and how it came from. And once you understand all these what, why, and how, you know how to equalize all that shit and put that shit wherever you need to put it. You may not need that substance. You may be so broad at, you may be doing this shit. You may be like me and been doing this shit for a long time. So you are in this, in the mechanism. It's like your heart beating, your lungs beating, your brain, all that shit is something that it does on its own. So just like it does on its own, you know the substance on how you came out to do something. You did that shit on too. So you came here alone. You're dying. You came alone. You're gonna die alone. It's based not alone, but you know what I'm saying. You came here alone, and when I say like mind state, like once the mind dies, you create a new mind state, and the awareness. That's the expansion that I'm talking about. So you can either expand or contract. You expand, you go to broader forms, more beautiful forms, coming back here, beautiful. You contract, you create more condensed form, create a hell for yourself, or create going to even a lower form. Either of those two. That's what I talk about. That's why what I mean by the expansion contraction all the time. So you're always doing reincarnation, incarnation, and reincarnation simultaneously, and you don't even gotta call those three things. You don't even got it's really some other shit. It's just based upon how you see it. So once you're in that substance of where you're putting the pressure on the real things and how it's supposed to be seen, now you're going within the ways on how it takes for you to be an individual to relate within these things, to pour yourself to pour yourself into something within these things. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a substance. It's always a substance of needing something to refill all the time. That's why That's why we call it in that substance. All that re-energy, reincarnate, refill, refrigerator. You always putting shit and pouring shit into it. When you're understanding the substance of where the thing gets where that may derive from, now you can go to the mechanism. Now I'm taking y'all to some shit. Now that mechanism you're utilizing, study your shit like that. Like, why did you get that cup today? Or why did you drive in that side today? Or why did you walk to the park today and you usually walk to that day, you walk in this day? Like, why did you make that snow angel that way? It's like it's weird. I don't say it's funny, but you gotta look at things like that, and things like that lead you to the shit on where now you know where the mechanism is actually coming from, and now you can put into key ways of experience of where you can now start or stop something you've been doing. So that's how you get yourself out of the hell. That's how you stop certain outcomes. It's how you do a lot of things. It's all about these mechanisms, and once you're in these mechanisms, it's like you're always now that awareness you take with yourself in your next life form. You know what I'm saying? And the afterlife, the life after this. So once you're in the life after this, you have that same awareness, and that same awareness helps you create forms. Only you look yourself into the mirror, and it's either you like it or you don't. Some motherfuckers don't like what they see. Some motherfuckers love what they see. Beautiful as fuck. Period. And that you can only be beautiful as fuck if you're with possibilities, the great spirit, God. And once you're in that mechanism, you can never leave that mechanism, because God not that God needs you, but it's a mechanism where y'all need each other, and that mechanism how y'all utilize each other to need each other. It's like God, you need God for this because you want to help God out in its way of experience, and God says, all right, now I can use you for this. So come here, child, and utilize become you be using this substance so we can do this together and understand the mechanism of how we become one of a kind. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're here all here to do, motherfucker shit. Just Spark Star Pilot, and we out this motherfucker.